Hey guys, today we are looking at a larger multiplication strategy called the array method. Other names you might hear this called are the box method or an area model. It works very, very well to keep your work organized and keep the different parts organized. So it'll look very similar to some other strategies that you may know, but it's just a little bit different in how we organize it. So this is how we do it. We look at the first number. That first number is 17. I see there are 2 digits, so that tells me I need to have 2 sections on my box. I'm going to break that up by place value. So there's a 1 there, that 1 is worth 10, that 7 is worth 7. I look at my next number, 32. Again, 2 places, so I'm going to divide it this way by 2 places. 32. Okay. Now this works very similar to just a multiplication chart that you may use for your facts. And hopefully what you recognize is by doing this, we break it all up into those extended multiplication facts. So the hardest problems that you will do is a 1 digit times 1 digit, and then just figure out how many zeros you need. So in this box, we have our 10 and our 30. So I'm going to do 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 zeros gives me 300. Over here, 30 times 7, I'm just going to do 3 times 7 is 21, and there's 1 0 here, none there. Coming down here, 2 and 10, 2 times 1 is 2, and a 0, and 2 and 7 gives me 14. So I have 4 different parts. Whenever we have different parts and we know the whole thing, we need to add them all together. So I'm just going to come off to the side, 300, 210, 20, and 14. Make sure that all of your 1s places are lined up, your 10s, your 100s, and if you end up with larger numbers, that those larger place values are lined up as well. Then we just add them together. So we got 4, get another 4, we get a 5. 544 as our answer. I'm going to give you a different problem to solve. Up here, let's do 36 times 45. 36 times 45. So pause, make a new box, see if you can figure out how to solve that. Alright, let's look at how you did. So I'm going to look at my first number. I see 2 digits. That means I need to divide this into 2 spots. I have a 30, a 6, I have 45. Again, 2 digits, so I'm going to divide it like this. 45. Whenever you have a 2 digit by a 2 digit, you're going to end up with 2 sections this way, 2 sections this way. So that ends up with 4 total sections like that. We'll do another one maybe a little bit more challenging here after this one, and I'll show you how the box might change based on how big your numbers are. But let's focus on this one for now. We have 3 times 4 is 12, and then we can add our 2 zeros there. 6 times 4 is 24, add that 0. 30 times 5, 3 times 5 is 15, add that 0. 5 times 6 for this one, get a 30. We have our 4 parts. We want our whole thing, so we're going to add them all together, keeping everything nice and lined up. Notice all my 1s places, 10s places, 100s places, and I just have one number in the 1000s place. Everything is lined up with its like place value. 0 here, 4 and 5 and 3 is going to give me 12. 1 and 2 is 3, 5, 6. I'm getting 1,620 for that one. And maybe pause and reflect on how you feel about that one. And I'm going to come right back at you with one that's a little bit more challenging right for this. Alright, here's one that's just a little bit more challenging. You see I now have a 3 digit times a 2 digit, so it's going to change what I do just a little bit, not much. Basically the only change is going to be I'm going to have some more parts. Make my box divided into a few more pieces. So I have 156. Now I have 3 digits. So instead of 2 sections, I'm going to make it 3 sections. It's 156. On the other side, 2 digits, 20 and 3, so I'm only going to need it to look like this. Then what we do, we go through and solve each of those the same way that we did. So 2 and 1 is 2 with 3 zeros. 5 times 2 is 10, 1, 2 zeros. 6 times 2 is 12, 1 0. Then 3 times 100, that's 300. 3 times 5 is 15, and a 0. 3 times 6 is 18. And then I could add those all up and get my final answer. This is a little bit bigger than what you're expected to do at this point, but it'd be great if everybody could. Let me just show you one more thing before we stop. I'm going to erase my box. We will also come across some problems that maybe look something like this, where you have, let's say, 215 times 3. Okay, so we draw our box, and this is how we would handle that. We have 3 digits, so make 3 sections there. 200, a 10, a 5. Then we just have a 3. So we're not going to split that up at all. We're just going to put our 3 there. So we just have 3 spots. So those of you that are following along with that, you may notice that the number of boxes you end up with is basically the number of digits in your first number times the number of digits in your second number. Okay. Looking at how we'd solve this, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 zeros. 3 times 1 is 3, 1 0. 3 times 5 is 15. We'd come off to the side, 630, 15, add them together, 5, 4, 6. We get a 645 on that one. Okay. So I want you to just kind of mark down how you're feeling right now. Beginning, developing, or secure. Mainly on a 2-digit times a 2-digit. So the ones that look kind of like this. Those are the ones that we're focusing on right now.